It's another great day for a workout here on Jessica Smith TV. Today's routine is our back to basics, beginner total body strength workout. So walk and talk with me here. Let's get it set up. We're just walking in place. Here's what today's all about. All you need is a mat if you're on a hard surface and a sturdy chair. We're gonna focus on body weight only exercises, and we're really gonna get back to basics with our form and posture in some traditional exercises so that you know what to do when it comes to a more challenging workout. This is a great place to start if you're just getting into exercise as well. So let's walk it out, check your posture. So we always wanna make sure that we're standing tall, no matter what we're doing in our workouts. We want the abs to be always on and strong. So kind of always think about keeping your belly button gently hugging your spine. So it's different than sucking your gut in and holding your breath. You want to be able to breathe comfortably as you brace those abs in tight. And the more you practice this, the easier that will become. So let's go ahead and plant the feet here now. And we're just gonna stretch the arms overhead. Just give me a little side to side reach. Just opening up through the sides of the body. Starting to wake up through the joints. Good. Reach it out. So just getting the body in motion is a great start, right? We don't always have to do crazy hard workouts to get benefit from them. Let's take the hands to the thighs. You're just gonna bend your knees, and I want you to round your spine, tuck your chin to your chest, and then arch and look up towards the ceiling. Inhale and round, exhale and arch. Give me two more like that. Good, last one here. Perfect. Now come back to that flat back. We're just gonna roll all the way up. So our first exercise is a body weight only deadlift. So a lot of times in weight workouts, you'll do that bent over position. Maybe you're doing a row or a deadlift, and the alignment of the spine is so key here. So we're just gonna start off with the hands light behind the head. I want you to go ahead and just bend your knees slightly. So that nice tall posture you gave me in our walk is on here. Abs are in tight. We're gonna hinge forward at the hips. I want you to look straight down at the floor. Hold it for a second and come up. So we're gonna go nice and slow, keeping your knees bent so that your spine stays in that nice, long, straight, flat back position. Come up, good. So what I want you to think about every time that you do that forward hinge is kind of opening across the front of your chest and almost feel like you're sticking out your rear end slightly here, because we have a tendency to have the back start to round. So you want to exaggerate it open, sticking out the tush slightly, opening the chest, and with our hands behind the head, we want those elbows wide. Good. Keep those abs in tight, flat back rising up. So let's take this just a little bit faster. We're gonna come down for 2 counts. Come down for 2, lift up for 2. So we're working the muscles that line the spine, all those nice posture muscles. We're also gonna get a little work happening in the hamstrings, the backs of your legs, and into the glute muscles. Good. Now watch your neck. Just go ahead and look straight down at the floor. Every time you give me that bow, your chin is slightly connected to your chest. So you don't need to look at me. Yeah, let's do 4 more like that. 4, and lift. Last 3, and up 2 more here. Down, and lift. 1 more time. Down, and lift. Really nice. Okay, so we woke up the back of the body. Let's focus a little bit more on the front side of the body. So we're gonna take our chair and we're gonna go into a plank position. So I want you to go ahead and just bring your hands to the edge of the chair, about shoulder width apart. You're gonna walk your feet back, hip distance apart. Bring your shoulders over your hands and just think about pushing down and away from your chair with your chest. So notice my elbows are not bending and extending. My arms are strong, but give me that pushing sensation through the palms of your hands against the chair. So you should feel that contraction in the chest, a little bit in the shoulders, and again, make sure that you're not back here with the body, you're not past the hands. You want the shoulders to be directly in line with your palms. Now, a common mistake that we notice in planks, especially on the floor, is that we start to really feel the wrists. So make sure you're pushing down and away so that the wrist doesn't take all that pressure. Now let's move down into those abs. Check your hips. Make sure they're not sagging towards the chair. They're not piking towards the sky. We want to try and make a diagonal line from the heels through the hips, out through the crown of the head. So we don't want the head to sink forward. We want to pull it back in line with the spine. Keep those abs in tight. So it's a lot of work just to hold that plank position, isn't it? Eventually you'll be able to do this flat on the floor, but for now the chair is a perfect place to get you started. Good, let's go ahead and push back. Put the weight into your legs. Take a little stretch. Just open up your chest. Walk your hands to your thighs. Roll up. Good, let's work your lower body now. So we're gonna keep using that chair. And we're gonna start to get into our squats. We see squats in a ton of workouts. This is a great place to learn how to do them properly. So using a chair, take your feet hip distance apart, and you can just cross your hands over your shoulders for now. And we're gonna just sit the hips back towards the chair. I want you to lightly tap it, don't sit all the way down, and then stand up. I know it's tempting, right? So we're gonna come down and tap. Stand up tall, good. Down and tap. Now, if you have knee issues, here's a couple things you can do instead. Instead of coming down and up, you could just hover and give me a static squat hold. So you're gonna still really work those muscles, but you don't have as much tension or stress on the joints. So again, you're continuing here, or you're gonna hold that hover squat, that static squat position. Good. So with our squats, we wanna make sure when the hips go back that we don't let the upper body drop forward, okay? So keep that tall posture, chest open. And by sitting back into the hips, that should naturally just kind of keep your knees directing straight over your toes, but not past them. So a common mistake with squats is we go straight down. That's gonna stress the knee joint. You wanna always sit back. So even if you don't have a chair behind you, imagine that you do. And a lot of times you'll hear people say, put your weight in your heels in a squat. I prefer to keep the weight distributed evenly between all 10 toes and both of your heels. So you're using the whole foot to stand back up. A couple more. Good, so even if you're doing that static contraction, you're feeling the legs, right? Nice, give me one more here. Excellent, good. So we're gonna head over to the wall now. We're gonna complete the circuit, then we'll repeat all of that. We're gonna place the hands shoulder width apart, maybe a little bit wider, kind of see what feels comfortable. Bring your feet together, abs in tight, create that nice line. Heels are lifted, heels to head. We're gonna come down for 2, push away from the wall for 2. So you bend the elbows and press back. Again, if you need to just hold it, you can stay in that contraction or you can push back. So this is a great place for you to learn the basics of a push-up. You don't have to start with them on the floor, even if they're on your knees. Sometimes the wall can be a better place, so you can really tap into the chest and the shoulders. Good, so make adjustments with your hands. What we don't want is the hands too far in front of the shoulders. We don't want them too close together. You want to be able to bring your chest right in between your thumbs as you come down and up. I really think of this as just a forward and back motion. You're not rocking up and down in any way. Just a couple more like that. Good, and just like in your plank position was kind of the foundation for your push-up. Watch the alignment of your hips. Don't let them sag towards the wall or pike back behind you. Keep that nice long line from your heels to your head. Good, can you do 2 more for me? Down, and press 1 more. Take it down and press. Great work, guys. So let's come back out and do those deadlifts again. So taking the feet hip distance apart, hands behind the head. Let's go right into the 2 count. Down and up. Good. So you know the moves now. Now we're really getting into the work. Knees are soft. Remember those form cues. Chest is open. Hips are pushing back behind you. Keep that nice long line through the spine. Abs are hugging the back. Down and lift. You got it. Down and lift. Elbows are open. Chin is connecting to your chest. Down. Lift up. Use the back side of your body. Nice and strong. Good. And down. And press. That's it. Keep it going. 4 more. Lift. 3. Good, give me just 2 more. Down and up. One last time, take it down and up. Great job. Let's go back to your plank. So we're gonna take the hands shoulder width on the edge of that chair. Step your feet back, hip distance apart. Align the body, shoulders over the hands. Push away from the seat of that chair. Scoop the abs into your back. Create that line from the heels through the hips, out through the head. Engage the chest, push away from the seat of your chair. Good. Now here's the deal, especially as you get started, it's not a bad idea to check your own form in a mirror. So if you have a full-length mirror somewhere in your house, you might want to start doing these workouts in front of it, because sometimes it can be hard to feel what good form looks like, especially when you're getting started. So you can check your own body alignment for all of those cues that we just talked about. Let's go ahead and press back, take a quick stretch. Good. That wasn't so bad, was it? Okay, let's move back to the legs. So we're gonna repeat that squat position. Remember, if you wanna hold the static squat, you can do that too. Feet hip width, hands across the shoulders. Come down and tap, stand and squeeze. Good. Now really think about the muscle that you're contracting here. So when you stand up, think about squeezing the glutes and stand firmly through both feet. Down and up. Reaching for that chair. Chest is lifted, eyes are straight ahead in front of you. Good. Down and press. You got it. Down and squeeze tall. Good. So remember, these are just our basic moves, but basic doesn't mean easy. This can be plenty of work, especially if you do this right. 2 more. Good. Last one. You got it. Let's head over to the wall and practice those push-ups. Again, coming back. Lift the heels, hands are wide. Get your chest between your thumbs. Come into that wall, straight line through the body. Press back. Good. So just make sure you're not jetting your head forward here as you bend the elbows. Press back. Now at any time, if you really feel like you've got your form down on the wall and you want to take it to another level, you can always head down to your mat. Try these modified on your knees. Just making sure that you have that perfect plank posture that we talked about. Those abs don't sink to the floor, the back doesn't arch. Just focusing again on that muscular contraction. Focus on the chest and shoulders. Contract, push away from that wall. Good. Control the body down, push it back. Down for 2 and back for 2. You look great. Keep going. Down and push. We're just gonna do 2 more. You got it. Good. Last one right here. Excellent. 3rd and final round. Let's go back to the deadlifts. Last time through. Soften the knees, hands back, hinge it forward for 2. Take it down and lift. So think about this as a big bow for all of your hard work. For our 3rd and final set, we're keeping it simple, but we're keeping it strong. Good. So the first 2 rounds were kind of like our dress rehearsal. This is performance mode with your alignment, with the exercises. Good. Check that spinal alignment. Open the chest, open the elbows. Hinging back in those hips. Nice. So by now we should really start to feel those muscles. Good. So this is going to help us stand a little taller, keep the posture a little better. Abs into the spine. Make sure they're still on and strong. Just give me 2 more here. Down and lift. 1 more. You got it. Down and lift. Great job. Let's go right into that plank position. Hands shoulder distance. Step back, hip width apart with your feet, abs in tight. Again, line up your shoulders over your hands. Push away from the seat of that chair, scoop the belly button into your spine. Energy's pressing out through the heel and through the crown of your head. So don't just sink into that pose. Just because we're staying still doesn't mean the energy gets stagnant. I want you to push down through the hands, out through the heels and the crown of the head, up with your belly button. Everything is working here, nice and strong. Hold it for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Let's sit back into that stretch. Woo, good job. All right, we're coming back. Last set of squats. You can do it. So remember, static squat is your option if you need it. Cross those hands, come down, squeeze tall, sit back into it, stand tall through both feet. Good, so just focus your eyes on a point in front of you so that that head stays in line with the spine. Your eyes are comfortable. You can just focus your mental energy on your form, on your alignment, on feeling those lower body muscles engage and get stronger every time you do this movement. Sit back for 2 and lift. Good. So just remember, one of our mottos here on Jessica Smith TV is practice makes progress. So the more that you do this, the better at the movements you're gonna get, the stronger you're gonna become, and eventually you're gonna be ready for more. You can add weights when you're ready. Taking it to another level, we've got tons of total body strength workouts here for you to try to work up to. This is a great place to get started. 3 more. Lift. We're here with you from the start all the way up to an advanced challenge. Give me 1 more. Awesome. Let's knock out 1 more set of those push-ups, then you're done. Here we go. Find the wall, lift the heels, get right into it when you're ready. Down and up. So remember, you don't have to stay with me on the wall. If you want to head to the floor and try a bent knee version or even a straight leg version, go for it. But form is king. Good. So remember, we're not trying to impress anybody. We want to focus on what's best for our body, and we want to work on proper form first and foremost. You're going to get more out of a perfectly aligned wall push-up than you will out of a full push-up with bad form. I promise you that. Down and press. Good. Everybody starts somewhere. We were all beginners at one point in this game. I remember my first workout very clearly. And I still love working out, so that's a good side. No matter how tough that first workout is, if you enjoy yourself and you feel better than when you started, you're gonna keep wanting to come back and try a little bit more, right? Can we do 1 more to wrap things up? Beautiful, good job. Okay guys, we are done with our back to basics circuit. Let's just do a couple of simple stretches to finish things up. So take your hands behind your back. If you can, interlace your fingers. Just open your chest. We want to stretch the chest now that we're done working it. It's not always a good idea to stretch in between sets because you're lengthening the fibers. We want to keep them tight while we strengthen, and then you can stretch at the end. Stretch across your upper back. Take your hands in front of you. Now you can round your spine. Give me poor posture just to stretch across the upper back, right across the shoulder blades. Good. And from here, let's just take one leg behind the other, drop the heel to the floor. Press your pelvis forward. Get a little stretch in the hip flexor there. Awesome. Other side, heel down, press your pelvis forward. And we're going to do 1 more set of that cat-cow stretch standing that we did in the warm-up with the knees bent, hands on the thighs. Inhale, round. Exhale, arch. So just stretching the spine and the abdominal wall. 2 more, round and arch. 1 more, please, round and release. Let's come all the way up to a nice tall standing position. Roll your shoulders back. Give yourself a big hand. Awesome work today. Thank you so much for joining me for this Back to Basics workout. Remember, we have tons more great workouts here for you to try. Check out the playlist below. Be sure to leave me a comment once you've done the routine. Let me know what you thought. And if you'd like to see any other workouts here on Jessica Smith TV, we'll make them just for you. Thank you guys. Have a great rest of your day and keep up the great work.